Stratosphere provides you with a full 360-degree audit of your existing environment. For assessments, this provides you with hard numbers on how much capacity you will need to migrate your current users to a new environment. How many machines and what operating systems are in use? Average and total CPU, memory, and disk consumption allows you to accurately scope hardware or cloud requirements for the future. Stratosphere also provides a consolidated view of all the desktops in your environment, ranked by whether they are good, fair, or a poor fit for your new environment. Stratosphere is also configurable, allowing you to dial in thresholds and add weights for the metrics most important to you. This feature lets you tune Stratosphere based on the needs of your future environment, whether that be on-premise VDI, application versus desktop virtualization, or sizing machine types for cloud migrations. Once you have migrated to your new environment, Stratosphere uses the same technology to give you solid, actionable data around the metrics that impact your user's experience. With the same configurable, color-coded thresholds used for assessments, but now giving you a view into login delay times, application and load times, CPU and memory consumption, as well as disk and network I/O. With over 240 built-in reports, Stratosphere simplifies converting all this data into actionable metrics for IT leadership. For example, Stratosphere documents every application in use in your environment, letting you quickly know which apps have been installed and licensed but are not being used, how complex it will be to layer in an application with something like FlexApp, and which applications are candidates for application layering or need to be installed into the base image. Stratosphere allows you to build custom dashboards so your staff can quickly see if any users are falling out of predetermined thresholds company-wide. Dashboards can also be configured to monitor the progress of a migration or enterprise-wide mitigation effort. Stratosphere dashboards allow you to see environment-wide user issues starting to heat up before they become an enterprise-wide problem. Configurable alerts allow you to be notified so your team can take proactive measures when given thresholds are exceeded. Liquidware has created a point-in-time inspection methodology called the spot check. This technique outlines a broad to narrow series of steps that enable a cursory health check of an existing platform or architecture in real time. Spot check is a very easy way to assemble a group of metrics for a specific use case, for example, work from home users. Set the thresholds for the metrics most impactful for a given use case. Once that's done, you can run the spot check and get a quick look at how your system is performing in real time. With Stratosphere's advanced inspector views, you can see the health of any user or machine in your entire organization at a glance, with ranges spanning from 5 minutes to 90 days. You can then drill down to any particular user or machine on any particular day. One of our most popular inspectors is our login breakdown, which gives details on every user login every day. Drill down into a specific login from a specific date and time. Login breakdown will then give you the total time of that login, as well as every event and process from the second your user enters their password, when the process started, what it is, how long it took to complete, and the resources consumed during each step. There's also a visual graph showing blocking processes that need to be addressed. Stratosphere reports on every application that is installed, layered, or streamed to every desktop in your organization. How many desktops is an app installed on? How many users actually launch that application? How many resources is that app consuming? For a network-dependent app, such as Microsoft Teams, you are able to drill down on network utilization by that process and gather information such as latency and jitter. In working with VoIP engineers from Microsoft and Cisco, we have found that most modern video conferencing and VoIP systems can tolerate 100 plus milliseconds of latency, but will start to pixelate with as little as 5 milliseconds of jitter. This is incredibly useful data for troubleshooting things like Zoom and WebEx calls. Our other advanced inspectors provide equally robust metrics and diagnostic data to troubleshoot any issue in your environment, the metrics you control and the ones you don't. We can tell you everything about your user's remote display connections, whether they're connected to VMware, Citrix, Amazon, Windows Virtual Desktop, or any other Windows remote desktop solution. Information like session duration, active versus idle usage, audio, video, and USB traffic within a session, as well as latency and other protocol-specific information. Stratosphere can also show you the quality of your user's home network, providing information such as Wi-Fi SSID name, Wi-Fi protocol and band, as well as signal strength, distance to the access point, and transmit speed of their connection. If your user's having poor performance because their home office needs an upgrade, now you can quantify that, as well as set network performance standards for remote users. Stratosphere provides more data about your environment than any other product on the market. But sometimes, all that data can be a little overwhelming, especially to junior admins and non-technical decision makers. To that end, Liquidware has included an API and API Builder with Stratosphere. With the Stratosphere API Builder, simply click on the metrics you need, export into a JSON or CSV. You can now import that specific data into other tools such as ServiceNow, Remedy, or Power BI. The last feature we want to touch on in Stratosphere is process optimization. Process optimization can enhance the end user's experience by optimizing the resources for the foreground application process and deprioritizing background processes, giving the best possible user experience to under-resourced machines. Process optimization can also force specific processes to be lowered or even terminated, providing administrators with more control over corporate desktops, both physical and virtual. Process optimization can extend the life of older physical machines, adding a year or more to your hardware refresh cycle.